Young Jock in the Streetz morning takeover. Good morning, man. What up, Miss Shanika?
What up? Good morning.
What up, Shawty?
Hi.
Now, this morning, we got a special guest in the building, man. We wouldn't be the Streetz if we went out here in the streets. Of course, some of y'all want to correct me, but it's Streetz. You know what I'm talking about. We got this brother in the building, man, from the hit series BMF. And I'm talking about, man, the brother been doing such a great job at his position. When you know, if playing your position was a person, ladies and gentlemen, in the building this morning, we have the one and only Da Vinci.
Yeah.
Because if playing your part was a person, it would be you, my brother.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. You here, season 3.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how does it feel, man? Because I've been watching you. We all in the room been watching you. We've seen it happen, and it's happening for you. Y'all thought y'all was out of work for a minute with the writer's strike.
Right.
Y'all was scared. Everybody was scared. You had people mad.
No, facts. Yeah, that's a fact. Nah, it's been a blessing, man. Honestly, to have 3 seasons of a show and the show being successful, that's almost like having hit albums after, like after each album. And before in my career, I've been recurring on a lot of hit shows, so I felt like I was like that actor that had a lot of like features, like hit features. And then now, with BMF, when I first booked it, I didn't really know how big the show was going to be, because you don't want to like get too ahead of yourself, because the show could get canceled. You never know what could happen. Matt 50 could beef with stars and everything fall out. You don't know what could happen.
No, right.
But now that we 3 seasons in, I'm like, okay, now now we're coasting, because now it's
more
just
accomplished.
Like, it's a hit show, It's a bona fide hit, so now you can kind of like rest in that. So I'm like, yo, this is kind of crazy. And also to be telling a story that's so influential in the hip hop culture, it's like it's almost making me and Lil Meech like living young legends already, because we're playing your legends that's still alive. So it's kind of like it's dope. Like I didn't think it would have had this effect, because like now it's like yeah, we're actors, but it kind of made us like rock star actors in a way. Like we could go on a whole club run and make a bag like we Lil Baby if we want to. Meech is doing that shit. But he's doing it. But I'm like, I pick and choose where I'm gonna go. But it's like, it's just crazy how this role made it that avenue is like crazy. Like
so let me ask you this: where you from originally?
Brooklyn.
You're from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So was the BMF story? And I know, like you said, it's other precursors that could stop things or slow things down or prevent things from happening, like you just said. But did you not know the story of BMF?
Nah.
Wow.
I didn't know anything about it. Like, I mean, rappers would say like Big Meech, but it was like, I was a toddler, so it was just like I didn't really like understand that. But then even when I started getting older, it was like Big Meech was like Bigfoot. It was like,
because you never saw him.
Yeah,
Wow.
And you just heard stories like he's like Frank Lucas. He's like Narcos and them. Like he's like just a drug dealer. That was successful. But like getting the story, I was like, oh, this nigga was really like that.
Yeah.
Really like
he was that dude.
Ran one of the largest domestic drug distributions in the history of America. Like when they got busted, they seized over $270 million cash.
Wow.
And I was like, what? And then
See, it's interesting because we were out here living it.
Yes.
We was right before I got on, I was witnessing just this whole. I'm gonna tell you like this. I remember once upon a time, and I'm gonna share this with you, Da Vinci. I remember
the world.
I remember driving home one day from the airport, and Jermaine Dupri had put up a "Welcome to Atlanta, So Deaf" billboard, and the city praised him for that. It was like, wow, that was genius. That's like stamping this your home. That's like repping the city so hard, because everybody get off that plane and got to come past this. They gonna see that. That's the first like big thing they see, right?
Right.
And one day, there was this story about this mythological kingpin. And you just started hearing about it. And you started seeing pictures and little viral stuff about him all over. And you started hearing all the girls was running to their parties. And one day, that was a billboard 4 times the size of JD's billboard behind his billboard that said, BMF, the world is ours.
Yeah.
And I knew then this was going to be epic, no matter how it played out. And here you are, your character depicting one of the very important people in this whole time, this era, man.
Now Terry is the one that we never really seen.
No,
Terry was out of town.
Yes, Terry.
You didn't even really hear Terry's name.
Terry was definite. Well, I did.
No, I'm saying in the streets they was going. It's almost like Bird. It's like Baby, and then his brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cause Terry was taking the dope. That's why Terry was stealing.
And he was more quiet. Terry didn't want to be in the scenes. He didn't like that.
He didn't.
So, so he would always tell Meech, and that's why they had a lot of
riffs,
confrontations back and forth. Because Terry was just like, "Nah, I'm trying to be low key. Like you being loud as shit." But it's funny because they got caught because Terry's phone was the one that was tapped. But Meech was making a lot of noise, and they had differences in how they went about business, and that led to a lot of other stuff. But
all right, my first question is, do people come up to you off the street to see if you got some work? Do they get it confused?
Nah, they don't do that. But the crazy thing is,
jokingly,
well, here's what really be happening. So because of All American and all the different projects I've done, it gave me a universal fan base.
Okay.
Right? So people come like, oh my God, can you play football like that? Can you do this? Can you do that? I'm like, yeah, I'll do a little something here and there. But BMF, that shit is like, you got gangsters coming up.
That what I was.
And it's a whole different ball game. I remember one time, after season 1 dropped, I was in LA with my boy, and we were on Rodeo Drive, and they're we looking for something. I'm trying to get something for something. I don't know what it was. And then this black Bentley pulls up, park quick as hell, and it's matte black, and 3 niggas come out. And I'm like, oh shit! I'm like, they done got a player. I was like, I'm just gonna give them everything. I'm like, look, you can have whatever. Because I'm like, I'm just outnumbered. There's nothing I can do right now. I'm by myself. My boy was parking the car, and he was like, yo, can we just get a picture? I was like, that's what you
Terry.
But they roll over me in a certain. I already know because when I'm first that shit's gonna happen to you if you outnumbered. So I'm like, ain't no fighting this back. I'm just gonna got my life cool. Just have this wallet.
I know.
And they just wanted a picture. And I was just like, damn, man, the way they
I was finna get y'all everything on.
And they were real adamant about it. Yeah, nah, we fuck with this shit, nigga. We grew up on this shit. You don't know, you paying a real ass nigga. I used to be BMF, and everybody used to be BMF.
Everybody used to be
man, I know people. I know people had to get tattoos removed. They had to put them little chains up, and I still see people walk around these days with BMF chains.
Yeah.
So the Vince, real quick, are you a method actor?
Yeah, but I feel like I'm a modern day method actor.
Modern day method actor.
Which is so I'm a little more modernized with it. So I do listen to things and lock in on it, but I don't like when I go home, I'm not the character still.
Okay. And this is the reason I asked you that, because a lot of times I know when you're doing, biopics or anything like that where you're having to play someone that people know, a lot of times they will bring in the actual person that you're playing if they are still alive, right? Mm-hmm. Now with him being alive, and because he was so off the scene, how were they able to get you as close to his character as possible? Because was it people around that tell you, he would say it more like this, he was more like that? Because you didn't really see a lot of footage of Terry. So if you was not acting Terry outright, I wouldn't know. Right, which is a blessing at the same time. So,
wow.
Because I could do what the fuck I want. You know what I'm saying? I can make Terry this Hollywood version. But nah, I actually talk to Terry a lot, and strangely, and Terry's a Capricorn, just and we have a lot of similarities. And Terry was actually really smart. He was the more educated one, well-spoken one, and he was good school grades and all the shit, and disciplined, and how he is, I was able to relate to him a lot. And earlier in my life, I'm the baby, so all my brothers and cousins and shit growing up north, it's they gravitated towards the street early, and I was doing the same thing. So I selling weed in 5th grade. I got arrested when I was 13 for dealing in stolen property. So I was telling my father. So it's I was a part of my life was kind of similar. I mean, they moved a whole nother level.
Right. But I get it, right.
But certain things, it wasn't too far removed from me. But everyone was so used to seeing me play these more commercial characters, and there's the All-Americans, and there's nice, sweet, and grownish, and whatever. And those networks, they want you to act a certain way, that they thought oh my God, there's no way he could play a gangster. I'm like, nigga, that's more of my life than any other characters I played. But people love to, the way they perceive you, they think they just keep you in that category. But I'm like, bro, I play piano, I rap, I do this, I do mad shit. It's just, y'all just seeing one small window of my life. And y'all just y'all just swear y'all know. You're like, how does he do that? I'm just like, bruh, like this is me behind closed doors. Like,
Wow.
you know what I'm saying? But it was definitely dope having Terry in my back pocket to really call and ask how he went about certain things. Having Lil Meech there, because Lil Meech had a different perspective too, and talking to Big Meech on the phone. So I'm grateful that I did have that opportunity. So I was able to take that and then mix with my past that I knew and knowing like I could relate to some of the stuff, and then just make all that up and create this Terry character.
So what about this prosthetic eye situation? How long does that take to happen?
That's real. I just make my eye cross-eyed.
No, are you serious?
Yeah, the whole time I'm cross-eyed.
Let me see.
It's like this. I'm playing.
Oh, you stupid. They say you was a comedian. Hey, y'all, he just crossed them eyes up. I'm talking about if you was a dime, you'd have picked up 2 nickels. I promise you.
So it is a prosthetic eye.
Yeah, it's a big contact. It's a contact.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And what it has, the iris,
Yeah,
the pupil and cornea. On the other
Exactly,
side.
yeah. And that shit is annoying. That contact is very annoying. Like when I'm wearing my shades, I'd be happy as hell. I'm like, whew, I gotta put this eye in.
So have you been doing stand-up?
Yeah, I started stand-up last year.
All right, how do you like stand-up?
It's different. I did Broadway for 5 months. And after doing Broadway, and my character was like the comedic relief. So I was like, you know what? I write a lot. A lot. And I came from the music world, performing on stage. Young Jock was very inspiring in our career, in my career as a music artist.
Wow.
Because all my cousins, they wanted to be just like you. Like,
wow.
Why would they want to
Be quiet, Shanika. Go on with that, man.
They really,
For real. Oh, you pour the water out.
You and Jeezy, y'all had a different flow. Like, y'all came in the game with a whole nother flow. Niggas from up north was like really fucking with that. Like, I knew I didn't know Big Meech, which is crazy because y'all no, we didn't know Big Meech, but y'all was inspired by Big Meech. But so damn, what was the question?
A stand-up.
Oh yeah. So I've been doing music, hitting the stage, and I was just giving you your flowers, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I write a lot, and I was just like, you know what? Let me try to host one of these things. And then I hosted it, and I was like, I'm kind of quick on my feet. Like when a fan interrupts or something like that, I'll really get on their ass. And I was just like, also I have a different perspective. So I'm Haitian American. My parents from a Congo country. So every Caribbean knows that when you go home, that's not America. You know what I'm saying? So I really didn't grow up in America. Like I did in New York, but it's like not really. Like
under Haitian.
Yeah, it's completely different. They're not speaking English. Our plates ain't the same. What we cook food in ain't the same.
Wow.
How we look at Black Americans, it ain't the same. Like my parents used to say, like, yo, don't be like the Black Americans. Like that's not you. They was like, that is like the dumbest form of being black. That's how a lot of foreigners look at that, but that's not the case because obviously not every African American in America is that way, but they just feel like this is what they say. I be in the meetings. And they just say that it's like y'all just got hit the hardest with slavery, and to where it's just like the ignorance that
never came out of
you guys is a little. But it's funny because it's like our country ain't doing shit right now either. But they were the first blacks to gain their independence from the white man.
But I was going to say they're not being controlled.
So I just started doing stand up because I have an interesting perspective on reality. Like a lot of people is indoctrinated with the American way of living, but for me, it's like it's not. Like my mother raised us saying, when they tell you to sit, that's where you stand. When they tell you to stand, that's where you sit. Never listen to that. Never listen to them. So it's just like, so when I'm breaking down the industry or certain things, people just start dying laughing because they're just like, yo, I never thought of it like that. And I didn't grow up listening to the same music y'all grew up listening to with like cleaning the house and shit to all the Marvin Gayes and whatever. Even though I look like y'all, but it's just like I'm really different in my upbringing. So it's like
damn, Americans.
So even though I am American as fuck, but it's just like it's a different type of American. So it's
more the French side.
It's funny as hell on stage because they're just like, damn, that nigga really look just like us, but he really don't know this or that, you know. So,
but he knows other things outside of what we know.
Exactly.
That's interesting, man. Wow, I didn't even know you was Haitian, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
And we used to hide that because in school you'll get made fun of. So my oldest brother was like, don't ever tell niggas that shit. Like, we're Americans. But now, and then I started like, when I got to high school and my brother, he graduated in 2004, I was like, yo, bro, like, they like this shit. Like, they like that you speak a different language. They like, this shit is actually cool. Like, and then when I got to Hollywood, like, the white people was just going crazy. Like, what? You're not like African American, and it's like they like that. They treated me like an English actor.
You're not black.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
No, it's
Wow.
crazy.
I almost want to put on an accent now when I'm going in the rooms.
That's interesting because I literally just saw a post. It's been floating around for a few weeks now. They were talking about how Africans are treated differently when they come to the States opposed to African Americans. They were saying basically they coming from a different mindset because their family's working so hard to better their life and their futures and sending them to America, and they're treated more like a European than an African American. So it's interesting to hear you say that because a lot of times we have had the conversations, you know, it's been trending, it's been topical where, you know, sometimes Africans or other black people, brown people, see us in a different light. And I'm speaking of African Americans, they see us as like more inferior.
Yep.
Because we don't know our culture. We don't know the
I'm
true
a black
heritage.
American.
Yeah, they got us bad.
I'm
They
black
did.
American.
We got worse than slavery.
Black
Because we got
American.
dumped off into a land without any of our culture to look back on, to reflect on, to know where we come from, and then they whitewashed us.
Right.
Okay, so let's talk BMF season 3. Where are we now? Because we've been on this roller coaster where they've actually made a trip to Atlanta, and you know, been moving around. Where's the tone set for season 3?
So season 3, Terry start becoming the king of Detroit, and Meech start expanding. So Terry finally get what he wants. So he's like, yo, now I'm about to be the boss. I'm about to lead this. But because of how the end of season 2 ended, you know, when they put a hit out on them and they were shot at and stuff like that. So now Terry is kind of on edge. So he's almost becoming a tyrant. He's like a dictator in the beginning of the season. And it's because he's the younger brother. He's dealing with a lot. His shorty just got shot. He don't know if she's going to make it or what. And he don't want to be looked at. He's sweet and he can't handle his own in the streets. So he's like, Terry's on 10 while Meech is gone, and Meech is trying to expand BMF because Atlanta is really what gave BMF that world presence, because right after this, they just go on the next level.
Now,
So is this right before? I'm saying where we started in season 3. Is this right before Atlanta?
No, this is season 3.
I'm saying in season 3, are we at Atlanta?
Yep.
We
Meech is in Atlanta, T
Okay.
is in Detroit.
Okay.
Okay, so is Lamar still actively trying to get at y'all?
I can't say that for contractual purposes.
Okay. So we
But
just gotta watch the show.
Lamar be Lamar. He's
Lamar be
yeah, that nigga is hard to kill.
So Lamar was a real character, a
Yeah.
real person.
You haven't seen the interviews?
Well, listen, man. I see so much stuff, so much content. So he's a real person in Detroit.
Yeah, he's a real character who is not dead. He's actually not dead in real life. So
If y'all get any hate mail, I'm sure it's from
yeah,
Lamar.
oh my God, I'm
I'm
sure.
still
yeah.
here.
I would be scared to
And
run
they
to the real
killed him?
Lamar in real life.
They killed him in the movie.
No.
Oh,
You know what he was saying because he said he's still alive.
oh, y'all.
Yeah,
Hey,
You're speaking like you were speaking of.
I would never let nobody play me until I'm gone. You're not finna play me and everything I did and blow up off me.
saying that though.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm
Like
walking.
instead of him being called Shorty, he's probably been called Lil. And you know he's gonna be based off you, but you can't do
Lil.
shit. Like he's gonna look just like you
Lil
with a
dipshit.
different name and like a small different piece that you just gonna be mad as
You
hell.
gotta get it set every day.
So you gotta get the same.
You gotta get it set.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Shawty, you ain't stopping nothing. All right, so there is
Stop it, Lil.
plethora of reality stars and actors that are going to be gracing BMF season 3.
Yeah.
How was it working with, let's see, Cynthia Bailey, 2 Chainz?
Neo.
Neo.
Little baby.
Not Lil Baby.
Yeah. Honestly, it don't feel real sometimes. I'm a huge 2 Chainz fan as well. So one of my first scenes with 2 Chainz, I was like, yo, this is kind of crazy. Like, if I told myself this in high school that I would be doing it, I'm like, yeah, I would not.
Wow.
Like, he was on our basketball playlist, like songs that we would come out to and work out to and shit. So I'm like, yo, this is crazy. But it's wild to see how 50 is emulating what they did in real life. Like, they put so many people on in real life and make so many stars and legends, and 50 is doing the same, you know? And I'm just like, damn, it's like the spirit of BMF is like really on some charity, like,
It
pass
was.
the baton and just helping people. That's really,
The legal way now.
yeah, the legal way, yeah.
The BMF story is just so long, especially where you guys started off in the story,
Right.
with them being in high school to where they ended up. This series could go on for a very long time.
It can, because they do have the creative freedom to play with time. So a season could literally be based off of 2 days if they wanted to.
Wow.
That's the beauty about making projects and TV shows and movies. But eventually they get locked up in 05. So
But I mean, he can go to jail.
but-
No, he
but
can go to
story
jail.
goes on.
It live till they dead.
It's things we don't know
Didn't it
about.
start from like the
Yeah,
80s?
you see how Big Meech got in jail?
yeah,
we want to know.
Which is true. You got a good point. There's a lot of spin-off opportunities.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of the characters.
Wow.
Because in Meech and Terry going their separate ways, so many things branched off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of that.
I was gonna ask you.
You know, so there is a lot of opportunity for a lot of spin. Like it could have its own universe, like Power.
So at what point do you gain weight?
This is the Hollywood version, so I'm gonna stay sexy. It's the Hollywood version.
So you gonna stay six?
Yeah, yeah. In this version, Terry is gonna be fit.
So are you-
But I might get a little belly, a fake belly.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because I'm just wondering
I think
how
it's this
close
season.
do they keep? That's why I'm
I think
asking,
this-
because
yeah.
by the time them boys was eating like that and kind of got up and
Yeah.
got to Atlanta, the little pictures that you did start to see, bro, had a little weight on them.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah. So
Cross that bridge.
Little Meech gained some weight.
Recently?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He look a little thick.
When did you see him?
Just on Saturday.
on the
Oh, he
page.
was doing Friday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did get big. I was like, yeah,
He working out?
big.
Summer Walker must can cook.
Nah, I don't even think it's. I
Oh,
don't know
his
what
cousin.
it is.
Hey.
Oh, that's the groceries.
That's right.
Yeah, that was a lot of groceries. You caught that. You caught that. She laughed.
Yo, if you're just tuning in, man, we got Da Vinci of BMF live in the studio. Tell us when we can expect season 3.
March 1st, it dropped everywhere.
This Friday?
Yes, sir. March 1st.
Let me ask you a question. Do you still get excited? I mean, let's be for real. It's not like you've been, a lead in a successful series for decades, right?
Right.
So I don't think that it kind of wears off this fast. But do you still get the same amount of excitement when the premiere night is coming up? You're like, man, I hope this season is just as successful as the last 2.
I definitely think about that, but I also I try not to think about it too much because I know how my brain is, and I'm gonna start overthinking and shit like that. So I literally just leave it up to God. I'm like, look, God, if you don't want this season to be good and you want me to do a different project, then do that. Because if I rely on my own understanding and my own knowledge, it's only gonna stress me out. So I think we're just built to stress ourselves out when we rely on ourselves. So I actually don't think about it. I actually don't watch it.
What?
I don't watch it. I read the whole thing already.
Okay.
So to me, it's like I don't watch it, and when I watch it, I'm watching it
You start
to take
critiquing?
notes.
Okay.
Yeah, to take notes. I'm like, okay, that was interesting how I read it that way. I should have did it, but I don't even watch it.
To all the young actors, how important is it for them to read the whole script when going out for a part?
That is the most important thing you want to do. And if you're gonna be an actor, you got to read the whole. Don't have fast because
Please.
you don't know
Don't
what's
just
really.
read your sides.
You don't really know what's going on. And a lot of people do that, and it's just like you can't. Your character is very shallow when you do that because you don't really understand the story, and then you could run the risk of you accepted a role based off of a scene that you did in an audition, and you didn't read the script, but then in the next part it's like, oh, you're
getting
gonna kiss this man and
You
be
gotta suck dick in the car.
butt
Getting
naked. And you're like, whoa. It's like, you signed this. It's like it's your fault. That you
Where the
didn't read it,
dress
you know
come
what I'm saying?
from?
So I think it's very important to read that. And it's like, it doesn't make. It's like taking an insert from the Bible and using it to oppress slaves and make it seem like the Bible was saying it's okay for black people to be slaves,
Right.
but niggas didn't read the whole book.
Come on.
So we was thinking that's what the Bible was saying. But if we really read the whole book, we would have been like, nah, you got me fucked up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You really switched this. So I think it's very important to always read in life, whatever you
Come on.
read everything.
Yes.
Look at everything, know the history, know the past, just look at everything.
I'm gonna go left. So you was on these other shows. They're hit shows as well.
Yeah.
Right? Once you got to this platform and this level of success as an actor, what things changed for Da Vinci? Because I know I'm pretty sure the money changed because you got a more dedicated role, a bigger role, but what things changed that people may not know?
That's a great question. I think the pressure, it's a bittersweet feeling. I think when you get catapulted in a life that you would never condition to be a part of, there's a lot of stress factors that you don't see. And that's the bitter part about it. And you lose a lot of people. Like, you lose a lot of people physically, mentally, spiritually, and a lot of people can't keep up. And when you've been born in a world to where 98% of the people around you cannot go to the next level, there's a loneliness. Because it's like, yeah, it's cool flying first class, it's cool doing this, cool that, but it's like, how many people from, like, you have from the beginning?
I'm doing it by myself.
So sometimes you ask yourself, like, damn, is it worth it? And everybody's just changing on you. Like, you just watching people and they looking at you like you, but it's like, nah, bro, y'all just changing. People don't even know how to talk to you no more because they're not educating themselves. They're not growing with you. So they just, you know, it's very unfortunate. And then all of a sudden, everybody have bright ideas. Everybody are producers. Everybody are writers. Everybody are fucking
What you should
Steve
do.
Jobs.
And then it seems like people coming at you for different reasons, not genuine.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really tough. It makes my circle a lot smaller now. But I mean, my circle always been small, but there's a burden, there's a price that you got to pay for this that a lot of people don't really realize. And I think everything has a side effect in life. Microwaves, airplanes, cars. Even though it cuts down the time from whatever, but it's just like, I think when you're catapulted with fame is a drug that is gonna have its crash, and its crash, I see it every day, and I fight all my wars sober. So when I'm going through it, I'm not gonna drink, I'm not gonna smoke, I'm not gonna go to no strip club, I'm not gonna go have sex with girls to numb it. So I'm seeing it for what it is, and I'm just like, nah, I see why everyone is doing that. And it gave me a different respect for celebrities that I grew up looking up to and watching them. And then when I see how they live behind closed doors, I'm like, bro, it's not even their fault.
That's a man of substance. That man said
I know that's right.
that he would not self-sabotage. He would not suppress his adversity.
He won't taint.
With substances. That's substance, right?
Including sex.
Yeah.
That's substances. Like, you're not gonna suppress what you're going through with other substances. That says a lot about you, bro. I'm glad to hear you say that.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Because a lot of young, I mean, not to just be pro, but how old are you?
27.
27.
Me too.
Like, you know, by the time you're 27 with this type of fame, bro, you done did some of everything in the world. And in the types of circles you're in, you're subjected to a lot of the same things that you just said you don't adhere to. And that says a lot. And you know, we spoke about this earlier in the week about your upbringing. And about we spoke about it was a trending topic. We talked about how has being raised in a home of a very strict nature, you know, brought you out in life as an adult. And you know, hearing your stories, you kind of gave us some of it as far as you being raised with a Haitian mother or Haitian parents, I should say. And then to be the person you are today, I'm pretty sure that speaks volumes to your parents to see you have come out groomed, successful, and you're not being caught up in the whole limelight and the success. And I'm proud of you for that, bro, because we talked to some of everybody, and you could tell it'd be different. You know what I'm saying? So somebody's genuine. You just want to give them, like you gave me my flowers earlier. They did a good job, man.
Yes.
Thank you.
Gotta say that. Gotta say that.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Gotta say that. So what I don't want to say, you know, because when we're in interviews, we always ask the people what's next. And right now you're talking about what is next. Season 3 of BMF. We definitely pray that it's a successful season for you. But I'm gonna ask you that question. What's in the future instead of saying what's next? What's in the future for Da Vinci?
Career-wise, I just finished shooting this movie like yesterday. I'm excited about that project. So that's coming out. And I'm working on a lot of other stuff. But honestly, my next real immediate step is to take care of myself. Like I think just overall, mentally, physically, and spiritually, because I'm healthy as hell. I'm healthy as a horse, but it's certain factors that I can't see my blind side. There's a lot of blind spots. So I'm actually gonna try to like just do an overall checkup and all this stuff and find a way to alleviate stress, because when you're young and you're dealing with all this thing, you think you can deal with it. Like, I'm fine, I feel great, but you don't know what you don't know. And my mindset, I'm set, like I'm a warrior. Like I don't feel pain, I don't feel things. And my parents, I know poverty on a whole nother level.
Right.
So because of that, it's a blessing, but it's a curse, because certain things that I need to do to take care of myself, I don't know how to take care of myself. So even though I'm good and I'm fine right now, I need to learn how to take care of me.
Come
So
on, brother.
Literally, like my next step, fuck the money, fuck the roles, fuck all that stuff. I'm literally like doing that because none of this is like, what's the point of having millions and millions of dollars, but you're not happy? And I see it.
Yeah.
I see all the people that I used to look up to. I'm like, damn, this nigga is
Ain't really
rich.
happy.
But they're just miserable.
Yes.
Like, and you could just tell, like, and I'm not trying to judge nobody, but I think shout out to our forefathers in the game, all the ones that came before me, because they left a blueprint and I'm learning from them. And I'm like, I can't do that. I need to find a way to alter this drug and make this drug the best drug possible, because it's just like, this shit is killing us. It's killing us so much. And even the ones that become successful, that have money, it's like, yeah, you have money, but what are you doing with the money? You
Come
know,
on,
you
brother.
should have just been, you're still poor spiritually, mentally.
Eventually, I'm
Still poor.
gonna say it without even making eye contact with my cohorts. It's possibly been one of the most enlightening interviews we've had, possibly even one of the better interviews, just for the fact that, you know, you're genuine enough to allow us to see who you are.